Hello you guys, it is Chi, and today I am going to talk about Queen and Slim the movie, and you know how I felt about the movie and all of that stuff. I'm going to try to make it quick because I'm doing this before work. Anyway, and if you guys notice, I'm trying to channel my inner queen by dressing like her. I think this was her outfit from the first date. She had on like a white turtleneck. I want to say like a brown lip. I can't remember her pants, but anyway, you can't see my pants. I think Queen and Slim, the genre would be considered as a drama type movie, and I would say it was suspenseful. Kind of kept you on your feet. The main characters were Jodie Turner-Smith and David Kaluuya. I always feel like I'm saying his name wrong, but beautiful characters nevertheless. The writer was Lena Waithe. You may remember her from The Chi. I think she's the director on The Chi. And James Frey. I'm not sure who that is. I probably should have done some research, but pretty good writers. It was released last month in November. And let me give you guys like a quick summary. So the movie is basically like a guy and a girl go on their first date. They meet off social media. And then the girl is like a mean girl. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like Queen too much. They meet on social media, they go on their first date, and it turns into like your modern day Titanic story, love story, slash drama, after they have to kill, well, not kill, not have to. They end up killing what appears to be a racist cop, but they do it in self-defense, and so they end up running and fleeing the scene. So the movie is basically following their journey. But during their journey, they visited the South, whoop, whoop, and you see plenty of different scenes where they're in different states, and I really liked how every time they went to a different state, they played like the music that you can kind of recognize from that they were in that state. Like for example, when they made it to New Orleans, you heard bounce music in the background. When they made it to Texas, you heard Slim Thug, and when they made it to Mississippi, you heard like blues music, and that's actually one of a lot of people's favorite scenes is when they were in that bar, and they were actually in a Mississippi bar. And they went on their second date. It was some people are saying that it was unrealistic, but to me I don't think it was unrealistic. Like since they were on the run, they were being spontaneous. They knew in their mind, they knew deep down that they were going to get caught. Their little journey was going to end, so they wanted to go ahead and live their lives. So they stopped at this bar, and Slim bought Queen a drink, and they had this nice little dance, and it was like a safe haven. And I love that they did that in a Mississippi bar, because Mississippi is like a very hospitable state, and that's what you saw in that bar. Like everyone was so welcoming in the bar. They knew who Queen and Slim were, but they treated them as if, you know, come on in, it's fine, drinks on us, you guys enjoy yourselves. So I would say that was actually my favorite scene other than the car scene. Let's see, some key points in the movie. I noticed that a black officer let them go when he saw them when they were at Uncle Earl's friend's house. He let them go. I like that because he was being mistreated by his white counterpart. I hated the mechanic. He was so rude. I hated the way he acted. And I get not everyone is going to, let's say this was real life, not everyone is going to support Queen and Slim being criminals and shooting the cop and running and stuff, but he didn't have to be so rude. I didn't like how the mechanic's son went and shot a cop. I feel like that was very unnecessary on the son's part, but I guess it was kind of like for dramatics. I love how Slim's dad was very loyal. He called his son. I love that Slim got to talk to his dad. I feel like his dad, as a parent, his dad just really wanted to hear his son's voice and to know that he was okay. Queen threw out a quote in the not a quote. She threw out like a little message at the beginning of the movie. They were flagging down a car, and Slim said, "Oh, I hope they're black." And Queen said something like, "Just because they're black doesn't always mean it's a good thing," or something like that. And that was kind of like a hidden message, because at the end of the movie we see that a black guy set them up, which was very surprising. And oh, it was so crazy. It was mind blowing. I didn't think it was going to be them. I just thought they were going to be caught. Let's say one thing I noticed also, y'all, is that we never heard Queen and Slim say each other's names. Like, we kind of didn't even know their name. At the end of the movie, I was like, so was Queen and Slim just a nickname that the writers picked out, because they never said Slim, they never said Queen? But we ended up learning that their names in the movie was really Ernest and Angela. And according to my research, they chose that name because they wanted to honor some Black Panthers, Angela Davis and Ernest. I can't remember Ernest's last name, but he was a Black Panther. One thing I did not like was how angry Queen was. Oh my goodness, I hated the way she treated Slim. Slim was such a good guy. He was calm, he was like very cool. But I hated the way she treated him, like from the beginning up until like close to the end. She told him she only went on the date because she felt sorry for him. I hated that. And like, she honestly started this whole thing because she was so aggressive. But then they kind of tell us a little bit on why she's so aggressive. When we meet Uncle Earl, because her mom died and her mom and her didn't have a good relationship. But I still don't think that's an excuse to be so rude. And then she ended up falling in love with Slim. I really loved how Slim loved and trusted God so much throughout this movie. Like, his tag said, "Trust God." He prayed a lot. You know, I loved that so much. But Queen was an atheist, which was kind of like, it was kind of eyebrow raising, because I didn't know if she was serious or not when she said that she didn't believe in God. But then she said a prayer. She said grace at one point. So that was kind of confusing. The ending, like I said, it was surprising. Uncle Earl and his friends were so supportive. And I actually preferred for Queen and Slim to die instead of go to jail, well, prison, and suffer. I honestly did. I prefer for those two to get killed instead of them being separated and going to prison and suffering. So I was sad at the way it ended. I actually cried. I actually did an ugly cry in the theater. But I was kind of happy that they didn't get arrested or whatever. But I would say I love the movie. I would give it 4.8 stars because it was like, to me, like a modern day Titanic. How they fell in love so quick, and it was just like this drama that made it seem like they knew each other for a long time. And I don't know, I like the fact that, because Titanic is one of my favorite movies, so Queen and Slim, since it was kind of like Titanic, then of course it was a good movie. One thing I didn't like, why I won't give it 5 stars, is because to me they kind of like carried that storyline on and on and on. It seems like the movie was long. Like, I feel like they could have shortened it. They kind of carried it on for too long. But hey, the visuals were great. You know, they showed that pretty gorgeous black skin that Queen and Slim both had. Next time, Lena, shorten the film. You did a great job though.